Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, I wanted to talk about the dangers of not taking the dating game seriously. All right, because, I'm on the internet a lot. I read a lot of message boards, I read a lot of comments on videos, I look at a lot of videos, and, what happens is I see a lot of guys out there who don't really understand the game. A lot of guys, they'll say, what's the point of learning game? It's all about looks. It's bullshit. These girls out here are whack. There's no point because none of these women want to do anything. They're just all attention whores and yada, 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 right? Now, what I want you to understand is that if you do not take the game seriously, you're going to have a lot of problems in the dating game, right? And see, part of you not taking it seriously is sort of saying that you're just going to opt out. Now, I'm not saying that you actually literally have to date women, right? You don't got to do none of that shit. My point is this, is that I don't care if you're a guy who's a player, who considers himself a pimp, a Mac, a PUA, a MGTOW, a MRA. I don't give a fuck what you call yourself, right? You still, as a man, you're going to have a desire to be with women, period. Whether that be, dating, just having sex with them, getting married. I don't know what your situation is or what you want, but you want something to do with women, right? But see, what happens is that a lot of guys don't take the game seriously. So they sort of brush it off because they're like, oh, this is bullshit, or, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to focus on this other thing. But them focusing on this other thing, right, is just a mask to, try to ignore the issues they have with women. Because it's not going to go away. That desire or that feeling to want to interact with women is not going to go away. It's natural. This is what I love about the game, because this is like something that's always going to be there, right? But the thing is, I want you guys to think about this. Think about when you were in school, right? And think about, you're probably in junior high or whatever. And either this may be happening to you, or it could have happened to one of your friends, where you don't study. You play around in class. You don't take it seriously. Then when it comes time to take the test, you fail, right? And then what happens when you keep failing? And then by the end of the school year, you notice that you're going to get left back, or that person who wasn't paying attention is going to get left back, because when the test comes, they fail and then they get left back and they have to do the whole thing over again. Right? See, that's what's going to happen to a lot of guys in the dating game. See, when you don't take it seriously, what happens is that you're not studying the game. And then when you get tested by these women, because trust and believe, you can try to ignore the whole situation with women. You could say you're a MGTOW. You could say you're doing this, or you could say you're doing that. But you're still going to want to deal with women in some capacity. So even, let's say it's just you trying to fuck chicks, right? When you get tested, meaning when you're trying to get something on with the girl, either fucking or whatever it is, shit's not going to go the way you expect it to go. Meaning you're going to fail, and then you're going to have to start all over again. So a lot of guys who sort of try to ignore their desire or try to rationalize why, like, oh, this game is bullshit stuff. They have those thought processes because they don't want to face facts. Then what's going to happen is that when they get tested, meaning when that desire happens, shit is not going to go the way they expect it. And they're going to have to start from square one, and they're going to keep going back, and they're going to keep going back, keep getting left back, keep having to start from the beginning until they actually sit down and realize that they need to take the game seriously. Because if you don't, then you're going to stay in the same place and shit's not going to go where you want it to go. See, what happens is we got a lot of dudes online who have this it's almost like they sound like chicks now, because you ever hear chicks be on that I don't need no man type of shit? That's what niggas sound like nowadays. I don't need no woman. I'm just gonna focus on this and I'm gonna focus on that. I don't need no girl. That's how a lot of niggas sound right now. Now, I don't want you to mistake this to think that I'm saying that you have to bend over backwards, or that you need women for validation, or that you need to focus a lot of your energy on getting girls. I'm not talking about that. You understand? Because a lot of people, they misinterpret this. They're like, oh, you guys, when you be talking about game and you put these women on a pedestal and you're trying to do this and do that just to get girls, and it's and I'm like, look, it's not about that. What I'm talking about is you as a man, and you're attracted to women. That means that is something in your life that is part of your existence. That's part of your everyday thing. You understand? And what most guys do when they have trouble in the game, or when things aren't going the way that they want to, they want it to go with women, they go on this I don't need no woman type of vibe, where they sort of just try to renounce the whole thing. You understand? They try to ignore the whole thing. Right? It's like, it's like a person that has a drinking problem. And then when you try to ask them or, confront them about the drinking problem, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have no drinking problem. Right? These guys are like, I don't fuck with these girls, but women are on their mind all the time. You understand? Because they're trying to ignore it, but it gets bigger and bigger because they're ignoring the shit. Right? Like, it's there. So when you try to call them out on it, it's like, no, what are you talking about? I don't mess with these girls, and I don't do this and I don't do that. You understand? They have that thought process. What you got to understand is that you can't ignore your desire for women. You can't. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry to tell you this. You can ignore them all you want. You can pretend that you are fine with just, playing with your stamp collection or whatever the hell you're doing, but you're still going to want women, period, because they're all around you. You can't escape them. You understand? So you can be sitting at home talking about, I'm not messing with these girls. I'm just focusing on this and I'm focusing on that. And then you walk outside and you see the hottest chick you ever seen in your goddamn life. And you're like, fuck. You understand? It's going to happen, right? Now, what was funny was I was talking to some dude online the other day. And he was telling me, that he was watching some dude's video. And the dude was talking about how, he said it was a few guys, but he was saying a whole bunch of stuff where he's saying, like, dudes is talking about, it's not about confidence. It's all about your looks and your money or whatever. And then he was like, there's this other guy that was talking about how, there's no point in dating coaches because it's all common sense. And I'm like, okay, okay, if you want to think that, that's interesting, right? And then he was saying that this other dude in the video was talking about how, if it was legal for guys to pay for pussy, then dating coaches would be out of business, right? He was saying to me, he was like, yeah, you'd be out of business if guys could pay for pussy. And I'm like, really? Okay, let's explore that. Now, first of all, because you guys know, you guys who listen to me, you know how I feel about paying for pussy, right? I'm not down with that shit at all, right? I'm not down with tricking, none of that shit, right? Now, if you want to pay for pussy, that's on you, right? I actually feel like there's only two reasons why you should pay for pussy, but I'm gonna get back to this him saying that a dating coach would be out of business if they made paying for pussy legal. But anyway, only two reasons I would say that are exceptions to pay for pussy. One is if you're cheating on your wife or your girlfriend. So you pay some chick to fuck you and shut the fuck up, right? That's one. And two is if you are a type of dude who is like extremely busy. I'm talking about, like, let's say you're like a business owner, or a guy who, you work like 25 hours a day. Like, you just work so goddamn much that you literally have no time to talk to chicks. You understand? And you want to get something popping off. I could understand that. You understand? I'm talking about you really busy. Not like, if you got time to watch Netflix and play video games, you shouldn't be tricking. I'm talking about a dude who literally has no time to really get shit popping, right? So either he's married or he ain't got no time. Those are the only two really exceptions I would say for paying for pussy. You understand? But I want to go back onto this thought process of, if guys could pay for pussy, then there would be no need for a dating coach. What you gotta understand is, and this is the funny part about paying for pussy, is that, and I talked about this before, but I'll talk about it again. When you pay for pussy, right? What you're paying for is a bootleg experience. You're paying for a bootleg experience. What I mean is that you're paying for sex, but you're not getting like sex from a woman who desires fucking you. You're getting sex from a woman who's acting like she's desiring to fuck with you. And I put acting in quotations, because sometimes the chicks fuck you and they'll have this look on their face like they're disgusted. You understand? I've had friends who trick, so they tell me what the deal is. So the thing is, you're not really getting the actual experience of fucking a chick who actually wants to fuck with you, right? And on top of that, the thing with paying for pussy is that it actually fucks with your self-esteem. You understand? Like, I've talked to a lot of dudes who pay for pussy. I'm just letting you guys know what happens. And so the thing is that the reason why it fucks with your self-esteem is because when you pay for it, you're saying to yourself that you were not good enough to get her. You needed something to get her. You understand? I remember I was dating this chick, and she was fucking with this other dude. And so the other dude knew she was fucking with me. Right? But this is the funny part. The dude, he was like buying her a whole bunch of shit, taking her to fancy dinners and doing all this other stuff. And, she didn't fuck him for, I think, a good maybe 2 months. You understand? Maybe like 2 months she was fucking with the dude. Like, after 2 months she gave him some pussy, whatever, right? But he was spending a lot of money, doing all this other shit. And what happened was, one day she was going to come see me. I think one day she was with him, that she was going to come see me the next day. But he wanted to see her that next day when she was going to come see me. Right? Now, mind you, I've been smashing this chick, since I met her. Right? And this guy's been fucking with her for like 2 months. And at first, because she would tell him about me, and she would tell me about him, right? So we both sort of like knew each other's business. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it was just some funny shit, right? So I knew that she wasn't fucking the dude, and at first I thought she was bullshitting me, because she was telling me, yeah, I didn't even fuck this guy. I thought she was bullshitting, and then she showed me text messages from the nigga complaining about why they didn't fuck yet. But anyway, she didn't fuck the dude for like 2 months. He was buying her shit, paying for a lot of stuff, giving her money, all this other stuff. But she was fucking me, and I didn't give this chick shit. I think I might have went and we went to get a drink the first time we met, and that was it. That was the only time I actually spent money dealing with this girl. And we bought each other's drinks, so it wasn't like me just spending money on her. You understand? So I'm up here fucking this chick, not spending any money, and he's spending money and he's not even fucking the girl. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because what happened was the dude got pissed off because he knew that I was, fucking this chick, but he wasn't fucking her. So he got mad at the fact that he was doing all of this shit, but she was giving me pussy and he wasn't getting no pussy. And it fucked with his self-esteem. You feel what I'm saying? Because he's comparing himself to me. He's like, how come this guy gets to fuck and I'm not, and he's not giving you nothing, but I'm giving you all the shit and you ain't fucking me yet. You feel what I'm saying? So that was the thing that was going on. But I want to get back to this whole thing. If people could pay for pussy, then you would be out of business, right? Or dating coaches would be out of business, all this stuff. And what's funny about that is that's the same as saying, if people could pay for liquor, then bars and clubs would be out of business. Oh, but yeah, you could pay for liquor. Oh, I don't know why. How come the bars and the clubs aren't out of business? I don't know. Let's try it with something else. Okay, that's like saying if you can stream movies online, like movies that are out right now, then movie theaters would be out of business. But wait a second. Hold on. You could stream movies online for free, but movie theaters aren't out of business. I wonder why. All right, let's try this again. Okay, if you could make dinner at home, then restaurants would be out of business. Wait a second, you can make dinner at home. How come restaurants aren't out of business? Okay, so you can buy liquor, but bars and clubs aren't out of business. You can stream movies online, but the movie theaters aren't out of business. And you can make, dinner at home, but restaurants are not out of business. In fact, the people who buy liquor at liquor stores still go to bars. The people who stream movies online still go to the movies, and people who make dinner at home still go to restaurants. So, but why? Why is that? Why does that happen? It happens because there's a different experience when you are in one situation than the other. There's a different experience being in a bar or club than just drinking liquor at home by yourself. There's a different experience going to the movie theater than just streaming a movie online. There's a different experience going to a restaurant than just making dinner at home. There's a different experience with paying for sex and actually having sex with a woman who wants to have sex with you. Right? So there's not going to be this thing of, as soon as they make it legal to, have sex with prostitutes, then dudes are just going to not want to fuck with other chicks anymore. Jesus. Man. And it's funny because, like the dude, he was telling me, he's like, yeah, you got to see this guy's video. He's talking about, the dating coach industry is not going to be there anymore because chicks be, getting a lot of attention online or something. I'm like, really? What are you talking about? I'm like, you do know people are going to keep dating. You do know this. You do know men and women are going to keep dating. So as long as men and women are going to keep dating, then there's going to be a need for coaches. It's like anything else. You understand? That's like saying, the daycare center or the babysitting industry is going to be out of commission. Really? Oh, so people are just going to stop having babies. Okay. All right. I got you. But see, what you guys got to understand is, all of this really is just loser rationalization. That's what it is. It's loser rationalization. And when you don't take the game seriously, what happens is that you get into this loser rationalization. That's basically when, since you're losing, since you're not really getting what you want to find ways to sort of make the shit make sense to you. You want to find ways so that you can feel good about your lack of success in certain areas. So in this area, we're talking about dating. So since you have a lack of success in dating, you want to find ways to sort of rationalize why you don't have success. So you'll say, oh, it's because this game stuff is bullshit. That's why I'm not having success, because it's bullshit. Right? It's like a person who says, oh, all these rich people, they're scam artists and they cheat people out of money. That's why they're rich. And the reason why you're saying that is because you feel bad that you're not rich. You feel upset that you're not in a position to be rich. So you have to find a way to sort of, disrespect the game that got these people rich. You understand? And so this is what happens with these guys who have that loser rationalization. They're trying to rationalize their position by saying the game is bullshit. But see, again, like I was saying earlier, they're going to fail the test. And they're going to have to start all over again. You understand? See, and the reason why I'm telling you guys this is because I myself used to do this loser rationalization shit. See, back in the day when, I was on some bullshit and I was like, oh, why can't I get girls and this and this and that and yada, 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 and just complaining about girls, and then the complaining about the girls, and, I'm complaining about the girls to my other friends who were also complaining about girls because we were just, on some loser shit and we didn't know what the fuck to do. You understand what I'm saying? Now, let's get one thing clear. You not fucking with chicks doesn't make you a loser. Because I know you're going to have some guys that are like, oh, what you trying to say? Like, you got to be, that makes you a man fucking with girls and having sex and pussy. No, we're not talking about that, man. Because I keep seeing this bullshit online. Oh, you guys are pussy pandering and you're making it seem like, you got to have sex and validation from women to be a man. No, we're not talking about that. I'm not saying that you not dealing with a woman makes you a loser. What I'm saying is that you having the desire to deal with women, trying to rationalize why you are not actually making things happen by saying that game is bullshit, that's what makes you a loser. You understand? It makes you a loser because you know that there's things out there to help you get that part of your life situated as far as your interactions with women, and you choose to, just ignore it because you're like, oh, it's bullshit. Because instead of you practicing the game and understanding what you need to do and taking steps to make things happen, you want to actually blame it on the game. See, you can't blame the game. It's not the game's fault. You have to work the game. You have to work the angle. You have to work the strategy in order for you to get what you want. See, I remember when I was younger and I was on some loser shit, and then, I stumbled upon a book, very good book, called The Art of Macking by Tariq Nasheed, right? Stumbled upon that book and I was like, oh shit, okay. That's what's up. Let's see what's popping with this. And let me try to make something happen with that, right? Then later on I stumbled upon another book called Double Your Dating by David D'Angelo. Very good book. And I took the information in these things and I tried it out. And then I saw shit happening and I was like, okay, this is some real shit, right? And but see, the thing is that you have guys out here who don't take the game seriously. And then when you don't take it seriously, that's when shit doesn't happen for you, or you start to make a lot of mistakes, and then those mistakes end up being situations where you end up failing, and then you got to start all over again. And then you're going to have to, it's like this. If you want to make shit happen with women in any capacity, you just want to fuck them, you want to date them, marry them, whatever the hell you want to do, you need to know what you're doing. Period. You didn't even know what you're doing, because by not knowing what you're doing, this is when you'll get into situations that's not going to be good for you. That's not going to be beneficial to you. You know, you have all these guys who are always complaining, oh, you know, these women, they're manipulators, and they'll cheat you out of this, and they'll use you for your money, and they'll you know, be just attention whores, and they're gold diggers and all this other stuff. And I'm always saying, okay, well, okay, cool, she's a gold digger. How is she able to dig for that gold, that goal? I said gold. I said, how is she supposed to dig for that gold unless you allow her to do it? Right? You know, you have guys out there, they're complaining about shit that a woman does, and I'm like, okay, well, she's only going to do what you allow her to do. And if she does do some bullshit, why are you sticking with her? Why don't you kick her to the curb? Why don't you get rid of her? You understand? Like, it's real simple. It's real simple. You understand? I always hear these guys where I can hear, like, they're like, I heard this one guy talking about, you know, oh, you know, these girls be so gassed up online because, you know, they get all these Instagram followers and all these simps that's kissing their ass and doing all this shit. So then when you meet them at the club, then they not trying to hear you because, you know, they so gassed up and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, one, if you trying to talk to a chick and she ain't trying to hear you, right? Then fuck that chick. Simple, right? Just fuck you. I'm good. Then, but on the flip side, a lot of times the chicks ain't trying to hear you because you have the mindset of thinking they ain't trying to hear you. So when you think a woman ain't trying to hear you and you approach her, you're approaching her with the thought process and the energy of a guy who you think she don't want to hear nothing from. So what do you think is most likely going to happen? But again, see, that's you understanding the game, which most dudes don't when they don't take the game seriously. See, now what's ironic about this whole thing is that, I always subscribe to the thought process of, just in general, life, you shouldn't really take it that seriously. Right? But what I'm talking about here is that in the context of game and you trying to actually get things going with women, you got to understand that you got to have game. Period. You got to have game. You got to have the strategy. That's what game is. Have a strategy to get what you want. And complaining and bitching and moaning about chicks and talking about, the game is bullshit. It's not about confidence. It's about looks and all the other garbage. That's not you really understanding the game and learning the game. You understand? That's you, just having to lose a rationalization. That's you basically not taking the shit seriously. And that's you then you're going to be in the situation where you're going to make all these mistakes. Shit ain't going to go well for you. And you're just going to keep going in this cycle of rationalizing the shit, thinking it's bullshit. Even though there are all these other guys out here who have success in the game, guys who have chicks who they are having sex with on a consistent basis, guys who have girlfriends that are, good girlfriends. They have guys who are, in relationships with women that they like and the women like them. This shit's happening. You understand? But, if you want to get left back and have to do it again next year, then be my guest. I'm just trying to explain to you guys that when it comes to this part of your life, when it has to deal with women, you got to understand you can't ignore it. You can if you want to. If you can try. But it's always going to be there, just like in the back of your freaking head, just gnawing at you. You understand? Because you're going to always see or interact with or just, be in the presence of a chick that you want to fuck with. So, I just wanted to hit you guys with that. I had those thoughts on my mind because I've been, checking out a lot of stuff online and people been sending me shit. I'm just like, stop with the bullshit. But anyway, that's pretty much it. This has been going on too damn long. It's almost a half an hour for this video. But anyway, I'm done. I'm out of here. And remember, guys, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.
Now, before you turn off this video, make sure you click the link below to get the Mr. Locario 30-minute game session. Now, this is a private one-on-one coaching session between me and you where we chop up game for a half an hour. So make sure you click that link below to get the Mr. Locario 30-minute game session.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 to 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.